Welcome to Myron A. Gilmore Jr. Enterprises LLC's YouTube page. And today I'm continuing the series um, Business, Financial, and Spiritual Literacy. I thought the last one was going to be the finale, but uh, it cut off because it was it was as much as it could record on my phone. So this is going to be multiple videos. So uh, without any further ado, here we go. Spot price. In finance, a spot contract, spot transaction, or simply spot is a contract of buying or selling a commodity, security, or currency for immediate settlement on the spot date, which is normally 2 business days after the trade date. The settlement price is called spot price. The market price of precious metals, which fluctuates on a minute-to-minute basis. Premium above spot. Premium is the additional cost of any precious metal above the spot price, which accounts for the cost of doing business, such as fabrication or fabrication, and distribution, and perhaps additional collectible or numismatic costs for rare items. 90% silver. Junk silver is an informal term used in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia for any silver coin that is in fair or coral condition and has no numismatic or collectible value above the bullion value of the silver it contains. Bulk silver means fast financial diversification. Dirty silver. Silver manipulation as traders try to influence the markets. 90% and 40% silver are also known as junk silver when something is when dirty silver when something isn't 100% silver. And I just mentioned this 40% silver, and I'm gonna give another definition. It says it's 40% silver is a short way for investors, collectors, and buyers to refer to Kennedy half dollars minted 1965 through 1970, and 1976, as well as Eisenhower silver dollars minted in the years 1971 and 1974 and 1976. Capital gains, a profit from the sale of property or an investment. Capital gains tax, a tax levied on profit from the sale of property or an investment. Times face, the calculator gives the value of the silver contained in the coins. It shows all silver dimes, quarters, half dollars, and silver dollars are worth many times their face value today. These bullion quality coins are heavy with 90% silver and value accordingly. Face value, a financial term used to describe the nominal or dollar value of a security as stated by its issuer. For stocks, the face value is the original cost of the pay to the holder at maturity, typically in $1,000 denominations. Stewardship is management of something. And this is just some more education right here. It says find assets that produce cash flow and develop cash flow. It says you want to make money faster than the government can devalue it. Invest in fundamentals, own real things. Precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, ruthenium, iridium, osmium. Okay, okay. Entrepreneur and a manager within a company who promotes innovative product development. A manager within a company who promotes innovative product development and marketing. Foolproof business plan. Oh, sorry. Foolproof business. A business that even a fool can run because everything is either so simple or so organized that not even a fool can mess it up. Commonwealth. The constitutional obligation of a king to the welfare of his citizens. The common access by citizens to the bountiful resources of the wealth of the economy of the king of the kingdom. Equal access by all citizens of the kingdom community to the provisions and protections of a royal government. Capital appreciation. And what I want to say about that with the Commonwealth is the the kingdom of Israel was never supposed to be ruled by a king. God let them have a king because they wanted a king. They wanted to be like the other nations, but originally God was supposed to be their king and they were supposed to have a free society. So the Bible doesn't promote communism and things of that nature, so you can get that out of your head. Okay. Capital appreciation, a rise in an investment's market price, the difference between the purchase price and the selling price of an investment. Biblical principles, study the Bible, have a business, pay your bills. Father means Abba, which translates source or source and sustainer. Things that determine your net worth. Money, i.e. credit, savings, income, investments. 2, influence, your voice. 3, health. 4, skills. Equity. 1, money. 2, work ethic. And this is still what determines your net worth. It's just the equity part. So 3, social or morale. 4, language or culture. Language and culture, social and morale. 5, contacts and connections. 6, specialized skill. 7, intellectual property. How to make $1 million per year. 1, outwork. 2, out-improve. 3, outlast. 4, out-strategize. And I have the strategizing part down and I have the outlasting part down, but I have to work on the out-improving and outworking part at the job that I'm currently at, because I'm still working a regular job while I'm building my business. So, but that's just what I have to improve on. So let's continue. 11 P's of investing. Oh, I'm not going to do that because that's something else. So ignore that. just erased it. So portfolio income is capital gains. Investments that produce dividends. Annuities, 1, 2, ETFs, and 3, bonds. Things that change. Science, medicine, technology. Things that don't change. God and the spiritual, human beings, physical rules of nature. Types of intelligence: academic, social, emotional, and spiritual. Stockbroking, investing, trading. How to buy stock. So I'm talking about stockbroking, I'm talking about investing, and I'm talking about trading. So when buying stock, pay attention to the liquidity and price. Invest in stocks that trade at least a couple 100,000 shares per day. Trade in stocks that are at least $5. Don't shy away from a stock just because of its high price, and don't buy a stock just because of its low price. And that's, I believe that's something that I found out from Warren Buffett. I'm not quite sure, but I did the research. I should have wrote who I got that from. So goals to set after your finances are in order. 1, spiritual growth. 2, fitness. 3, education. 4, family. 5, relationships. And 6, career. Credit cards. Only use to build your credit, and only use when you already have the money to pay it off before the end of the month. Linear income. Work, get paid. Work, get paid. So residual income. Work and keep getting paid without working again. Great bosses. Great at managing their emotions. They're composed. They're knowledgeable. They're deliberate. They use positive body language. They're fearless. They're graceful. They're honest. They speak with certainty. They're confident. They're grateful. Making meetings productive. Choose the right people. Have a point. Set an agenda. Set a strict time limit. Elect a meeting leader. Leadership. Courage, integrity, dedication to your field, capital allocation, social awareness, critical EQ skills. And I probably should have been studying this while I've been working these 7 years at my job. Maybe I would have caught on, and I would have been more, well, I'm not going to say that because a tragedy happened in my life, because I was dedicated to my field at first, but then a tragedy happened and I kind of got threw off. So I'm not going to down myself like that. So traits of the most likable leaders. They form personal connections. They're approachable. They're humble. They're positive. They're even keel, which means they don't toot on horn, acknowledge failures without getting mired in it. They're generous. They demonstrate integrity. They read people like a book. meaning nonverbal cues. They appreciate potential, meaning charisma isn't getting people to like you, but getting people to like themselves when you're around. Also, draw out the best in people. See the best in people and sure others make sure others do as well. And they have substance. Leadership. If you're not willing to be taught, you can't lead because leaders are excellent students. Leaders put the whole team on their back, so when they're elevated, the whole team is elevated. They know when to step back and let other team members lead. They have to do it all by themselves sometimes, meaning they have to keep the vision alive even when all others have forsaken them. Leadership is not something to hold over someone's head. Leadership is to be a covering. Leaders grow people, shows people how it's done through their own actions, gives credit to others, acts tasks, meaning let's do it, inspire enthusiasm. Leaders use the term we. Business, the association, the people. Successful people make the right choices to stay away from too negative mindsets. We can't expect someone to do something that we're not willing to do ourselves, and we can't compare our inactivity to someone else's activity. Determine where you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to do in this ministry or business. Surrender to the process of the system. When you get discouraged, don't talk yourself out the business. Don't belittle, don't humiliate, don't criticize more than you encourage. What drives you? Growth mentality, spiritually. What drives you? Growth mentally, spiritually. Identify yourself based on potential. Positive self talk. Everything will get better in the end, and if it doesn't get better, then it's not the end. Life is a marathon and not a sprint. Just because you're a 95% person doesn't mean that you can't be a 5% person. And that's the 95% of society versus the top 5%. Don't let a wall in your life stop you. Unlearn bad habits that causes sabotage. And I got to work on that too. So constantly communicate with your team, prayer partners, team or prayer partners. 12 essential habits of exceptional leaders. Courage, effective communication, generosity, humility, self-awareness, adherence to the golden rule, plus one, i.e., treat others as you want to be treated, i.e., leaders treat the person like the person wants to be treated. Learn, i.e., learn what makes that person tick, recognize their needs in the moment, and adapt their leadership style accordingly. And continuing, passion, infectiousness, authenticity, approachability, accountability, and sense of purpose. Those are the 12 essential habits of exceptional leader. Biz, and these are business insights from my someone, I'm not going to say who, because I don't want them catching flack. So it says you have to have enough capital for downturns so that if you start losing money, you'll have enough to sustain your business. Or if you're self employed yourself, you have to bring in clients who spend the most capital and get rid of the ones who spend the least. Emotional intelligence. Managing your emotions better than most. Knowing yourself at your core. Responding instead of reacting. Putting yourself in other people's shoes, the first to reach out after an argument. Investments diversification. Cash flowing farmland and rental properties. Investments, owning your own business, specialized accounts that's outside of the banking sectors. Traits the rich have in common, how to become wealthy. They have an always on entrepreneurial mindset. They're always on the clock. High energy, extremely confident, discerning, modest, risk tolerant, not impulsive. 4 phases of money. Accumulation, your working and saving years. Preservation, as you retire, you need to protect what you have accumulated. Income planning, income strategies to create guaranteed income throughout your life. And finally, wealth transfers, passing on as much of what you have accumulated and preserved for your family. So, and what I want to say about that is with the wealth transfer, everyone talks about the great wealth transfer. And the Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. That's not just talking about a great wealth transfer, because the good man is transferring his wealth to his his children and his children's children. But the sinner, when they leave, they don't do, because they haven't done what they needed to do. Their wealth just goes to back into the economy, and it goes to everyone else because they didn't set up what needed to be set up. So, uh, 6 steps that will help you be successful. Set yourself a definite goal. Stop running yourself down. Stop thinking of all the reasons you can't be successful. Instead, think of all the reasons you can. Trace the attitudes of your childhood and find out where you first got the idea where you couldn't be successful. Change the image you have of yourself by writing out the description of the person you'd like to be. Act the part of the successful person you decided to become. Investing. You have to hang through the cycle, and that's by Jack Bogle. Decline is typical in the cycle, and that's an indirect quote by Jack Bogle. DRIP, it means dividend reinvestment plan. All index funds are mutual funds, but not all mutual funds are index funds. Diversification. stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, and cash equivalents. Passive income streams: REIT, municipal bonds, dividend stocks, index funds, and ETFs. And this is adding on to what I said earlier. How to get customers for your business. One, you have to be deliberate. Create multiple streams of income. Start with one core business, then add other businesses connected to it. Two, give first. Three, use the law of reciprocity. Four, make your offer off of what your ideal customer will want. Five, market your business. Business plan. One, overview the business. Two, who are your customers? Three, how do you make money? Four, where do you get your customers? How you're going to get your customers? Five, how are you funding your business? And all of this is my research that I did and through the years, and I compiled it into this, and it's business, financial, and spiritual literacy. It's all because I talk about all three of those things in this. So, and the last thing I'm going to talk about in this today is tax secrets. Startup tax write-off up to $5,000. Office expenses or technology or supplies. Home office deduction tax write-off. That's mortgage, insurance, utilities, Wi-Fi, repairs, and depreciation. Differentiate portion for business use and portion for your personal use. Cell phone and cell phone service expenses tax write-off. Differentiate business use from personal use. Cost of goods sold tax write-off. Selling costs of products or raw material, storage costs, direct labor, factoring, overhead costs. All labor costs tax write-off. Employees and contractors. W-2 forms for employees and W-2 forms for contractors. Issue 1099 form to contractors. Business mileage tax write-off. Can deduct 50 cents per mile. Business travel write-off. Business meals tax write-off. Business interest expense tax write-off. Retirement contributions, IRA tax write-off. Health savings contribution tax write-off. Pass-through tax write-off. And you can do more research on this, but I was just giving you a little overview of it. And thanks for tuning in to today's broadcast. And wherever you are in the world, until next time, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.